Yeah, I would say when I went natural is when I really said, I'm gonna wear this. This is what I feel good in. I love the way this thing looks, and that's what I'm going to wear. For example, all right, so let me turn it this way. You see this little situation right here? Which you can't see my whole other side of my room. Okay, I love this jumper one piece doohickey. I can't wear it anymore because my butt has gotten entirely too large and I can't wear it, but I love, 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 love this jumpsuit. Like, and because I can't wear it, I said I'm just gonna put it on the little dress form and just rock it out. But I love this thing. You know what? My husband proposed to me and I had this on. So yeah, that's probably why I can't get rid of it either. And it's so fabulous. And I just gotta figure out a way to do something with the stitching so I can squeeze my big old butt in there. So yeah. And that came from the thrift store, honey. Do not sleep on the thrift store. I love the thrift store. Okay, so yeah, that's probably where my fashion sense kind of came to be, was during that time. I love fashion. I really do. I understand in my line of work, or, you know, I'm not gonna get into that whole job situation, but certain lines of work, you can't wear stuff like that. But trust and believe, I've had jobs where I'm like, I'm wearing this mess anyway, and I dare somebody to say something to me. They didn't say anything. They just kind of look at me like, well, that's Sugar. She the only one that can wear that. And it's not in your little dress code policy situational book, and I'm going to wear it anyway. So I have lots and lots and lots of tips for the thrifter. If you're brand new to thrifting, if you haven't thrifted in a long time, how can you go out there and thrift and find you some really funky, fantastical vintage items, or just items just in general? Okay, so a couple of things here. Let's talk about accessories first. You know, I get excited when I talk about stuff like this. Okay, these earrings, fabulous, came from the thrift store, okay? And they're clip-ons. Now, it is important to, I need you to act right, prop. Need you to act right. Oh, snap. Alrighty then. Okay, I haven't had these on in such a long time, y'all. Okay, so when you think about clip-ons, right, you need to make sure that your clip-on actually clips on. If it doesn't, you can always change this out, this piece right here out, which is fine. But you want to make sure that it's sturdy enough where it's going to stay on your finger. Because believe it or not, there are people out there that give away stuff because it's broken, toe up, and they just refuse to put it in the trash. And it's like, you know what, some things need to go in the trash. But that's what you want to make sure with your earrings, to check and see how sturdy and things they are. Okay. Necklaces. I have lots and lots of necklaces. I don't wear them as much as I used to, but I still rock them out from time to time. All right, so this wooden necklace here, here's the hardware. You want to make sure that it's sturdy and stable, because nothing is worse than getting some mess home that you gotta hook up to make it work, or it's broken, or whatever the case may be. So I would say really examine the hardware. Look and see the pieces to see, is this thing gonna fall apart when I get home? So you really want to inspect your items. Purses. Love purses. Okay, this purse is so fabulous, y'all. It's like a patent leather. I don't think it's real patent leather. I think it's like faux patent leather. But it has the little feet on the bottom. So you kind of check to make sure that you don't have any holes or anything like that in there. Check here, see if it looks like somebody's been chewing on it. And what's most important, when you have purses that have like these type of closures, you want to make sure that the thing works, because nothing is worse. I'm telling you, you get some mess home, you're like, dang, I forgot to check it because this mess is all toe up and raggedy. Okay, real important with these purses right here, because I'm telling you, I done came across some things. You want to make sure that your piece here is still intact. And this one is really nice. It's really nice. See the inside of it? You know, check to make sure that it doesn't look like a crime scene in your purse. 'Cause I'm like, did somebody stab somebody and then put the bloody knife in the purse? Like, what in the world? It's That is just all types of suspect. So, it's neither here nor there. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for in your bag to make sure that it is of good quality. If I look through it this way, I should not be able to see the other side unless it's like a straw bag or what have you. So that's what you want to look for in a bag. And then just to make sure that your hinges are working for bags like this. I love this bag, y'all. This thing was maybe like $2. It's so fabulous. It's just fabulous. Okay. Because most thrift stores have a 0 return policy. So if your mess don't work out, honey, you're going to have to get up on the internet and sell it, or just take it back to the thrift store, give it to somebody that you know, or whatever the case may be. Also, some thrift stores don't have dressing rooms in it, honey. And you're like, well, Shug, how am I supposed to try it on if there's no dressing room? Let me tell you something. You better get you some tights, some spandex in a wife beater situation, like one of these type deals, so that you can try your mess on in the aisle, honey. Don't get it twisted. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with trying on stuff in the middle of the aisle, because I'm just one of the people, I'm like, look, if I'm going to pay $4 for something, I need to make sure this thing is going to fit. If y'all don't have no dressing room. Okay, so if you don't want to go through all of that, which I understand because people will snap photos and you have to just shut them down like this. Like, don't be taking my picture because whatever. You just mad you ain't think about that. Okay, so focus. For pants, for example. Okay, so ask your people about these. These are like some clam digger culottes. They hit me probably like, I don't know, mid shin area, calf area. Okay, so these just so happen to have a little bit of elastic in the back. It's not much to write home about, so honey, you might want to not think that there's gonna have some give. Okay, bring your tape measure with you to the thrift store. Well, Shug, why do I have to do that? I'm gonna tell you why. When you don't want to try your stuff on and you want to see if it may fit you, what you do is, how about I turn it this way, is you measure the waist of your garment. So this is, what is that? It's like 13. Yeah, let's do about 13 and a half. Okay, 13 and a half times 2 is 27. So your waist will have to be 27 inches in order for you to fit this thing in the waist area. Then you have to factor in like the whole hip area if that's going to work for you. Also too, these fit really high up. These are so fabulous, y'all. Ooh. Ooh, that'd be cute together. I swear I didn't plan that. That's just so fabulous. That is fabulous. With this in the, yeah. You know what else I forgot to mention as well that you really want to check for is zippers. You need to make sure that your zipper works and that it goes all the way down and that it comes back up. Now, if you have to have it, just keep in mind that you're going to have to re-zipper the garment if for some reason it does not work. Also, look for holes in it. This may seem like, oh my God, I know this already, but you'll be surprised. You see something on the rack, you're like, oh my God, that's so fabulous. You get it home and it's all toe up. Besides looking for stains, you need to really inspect the legs, inspect the seams of your garment to make sure that your seams are workable. They're not like busted up and got moth that been chewing all on your stuff. Okay, also too, buttons. Make sure, this is so important, y'all. I'm telling you, I have just, honey, yeah. Make sure that you have all your buttons. And if you have to have it, you can always rebutton it, but just keep in mind that that can be really expensive. Just check to make sure that you don't have any holes, that the seams are all intact. Also too, vintage clothes, I don't know why, what was happening in the 70s and beyond or earlier, but everything was like really super see-through. I mean, come on, 1970s, 60s, and 40s and stuff. So things were see-through, so you have to put like a cami on under here. Or as Philly Divas say, put a slip. And if you know what that is, ask your mama what a slip is. Okay. Also, with regard to buttons, Buttonholes. Sometimes they are funky. Sometimes you may have to alter the buttonhole to make it tighter because, you know, the fabric wears out and you just all of a sudden your buttonhole is just not working like you need it to. So, yeah. Okay, another good tip. Pants. These are some vintage high-waist pants. These are so fabulous. And it's important to check the hem on your pants. And the reason being, if you're tall like me, I am between 5'7.5" and 5'8.5". I just forget which one it is, and it's not that important for me to really find out because it's not necessary. So with the hem, not sometimes, I am too tall to be average and I'm too short to be tall, if that makes any sense. Like my legs are this weird height where sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Anyway, I said all that to say, sometimes I have to look at the hem. I'll have a pair of pants that are so fabulous, but they may be too short for me. So look at the hem and see how much you have. For some reason, although these are not, these don't have the real chunky hem on it, but I have a lot of pants that have a really chunky hem. So if it's that much, I can add to it and make the pants fit me with the length is concerned. And then lastly, my tip would be, okay, there's a stigma with thrift stores, and that's fine. People feel like that. That's okay, because I go in there and find stuff that is so fabulous, and I'm like, whatever. You have to really look through almost every item on the rack if you're really looking for something really absolutely fabulous. So what I do is, let me tell you what I found, y'all. I found this Saturday along with this purple dress that is so fabulous. I found a Christian Dior coat. What? From the thrift store. Holla. It has a hood on it. So fabulous. It has 3/4 sleeves. I would put it on, but it's completely wrinkled and it just looks a hot mess. And it's a swing coat. It's so fabulous. Oh my God, it's so fabulous. I'm so excited, y'all. When I saw, my husband actually found it. He was like, girl, you better get up on this. I was like, put all the other mess down. Let me put this coat on and keep it pushing. Okay, you have to look through. Not that I'm a label whore or anything like that, but I love me some good stuff and I love finding me a banging item in the thrift store. Okay, so see, Christian Dior. This thing was going for $29. Now granted, I probably would have paid maybe 20 bucks for it if it was online, but at this thrift store, like, y'all need to stop playing. You need to cut it out. Okay, so that didn't sell, so they marked it down to 19. That didn't sell. People was like, I ain't buying that, and they had the nerve to have the thing covered up, child. So they finally marked it down to $9.99, and I picked it up. It is in excellent condition. The hood is detachable. And it's in awesome condition. All the buttons are here. The buttonholes are like completely awesome. It's just an awesome coat. I'm so excited. It is fully lined and it's just beautiful. It's really pretty. Honey, I just made my own day with that, child. Made my day. All right, I know I said lastly with the jacket, but I just realized I didn't cover shoes. Now I have picked up a couple pair of shoes from the thrift store, not too many because I just haven't. Okay, so these particular shoes that I picked up from the thrift store, it says here they were $6.98, but I couldn't imagine paying that much for these shoes. I may have had a coupon or something because that just seems a bit steep to me. Okay, so these shoes, it's a peep toe. They're black and white. They're really fabulous. There are a couple of scuffs that I can get off with one of those magic eraser type situations. And the important thing with shoes, okay, you kind of want to try them on in the store because vintage shoes run really small for some reason. I don't know why they changed the standard of shoe size. I guess women's feet was huge and it's like, well, we're gonna change it so women don't feel some kind of way and they can continue to buy our shoes, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so when you buy shoes from the thrift store, I would take, this is just me, some little Lysol wipes, put a couple in the plastic bag, put in your purse if you think you're going to go out here trying on shoes, and bring you like a footy situation, because you don't want to catch some mess that is just left over in the shoe. You just mad and you just nasty funkiness, just toe upness, and just honey, just infections. Anyway, so try your shoe on if you can to see if it fits. Look at the bottom, of course, to see how much wear has been done. And then look here at the heel to see if it needs to be retacked, because that could be really expensive, especially if you're paying like $7 for a shoe. So yeah. All right, so that is it as far as those particular questions for beauty and fashion go. And I have them in a little plastic bin. Yeah, thank you for watching and subscribing and rating and commenting and all of that stuff. I really appreciate all of you all, especially with the last video with the whole positive thinking, employment, losing your job on the 25th of March type deal. I really appreciate everybody who provided comments to that video. You guys really gave me life with the comments, and it made me happy. There's so many wonderful people out there in virtual world who are just so wonderful and so positive, and I really appreciate all of you all to take the time to comment and all of that stuff. So I do read all the comments like I was telling you before. But anyway, I'm gonna go because I will be rambling for the next 15-20 minutes. I need to upload this video. So thank you once again. Be blessed, everybody, and stay tuned for the other. I have 2 more videos to answer all the rest of the questions. All right, so that's it. Peace.